Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. All right, so we're going to do a collective love reading for the sign of Aries. So this will be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the major placements, and then but anyone that has a placement of Aries in their chart may benefit from this reading. So if you were drawn here, by the title or just your intuition, then there most likely is a message here for you. So welcome to all. All right, so let's get a few of these Island Wellness cards to start out with here. And then we'll get some oracles and go into tarot. See what's going on with the person on your mind. What do you have to tell us, Spirit? What kind of information do we need for Aries? Okay, let's see. One more time. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you don't ever miss a message or reading from me. I do readings for all the signs each month, and then occasionally if I'm called to do a reading for a certain sign or signs additionally more than the one time, I do that as well. But I also do twin flame readings pretty frequently too. So definitely subscribe to my channel. All right, I would definitely appreciate that. Okay, so we've got several cards out here. Okay, so first off, we have the Chaser. Chaser in codependent relationship, fear of abandonment. Okay. We also have addiction, codependent again, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. We have love, unconditional love, self-love, openness, passion, affection, and attraction. We have the Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. We have Boat. Receiving what you need. Progression. Arriving. Moving on. Closure issues. And last one is Love Call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. Okay. See if I can try to fit all these cards up here. That was a lot of cards. Okay. So yeah, so it looks like you were involved in some kind of situationship, relationship. It could be, a love relationship, possibly even a friendship that maybe, friends with benefits kind of thing, which, could be considered a situationship just depending on your, what the situation was between you two. But, somebody was at least chasing the other. There's two cards here that talk about codependency. So I'm thinking like your person has codependency issues, fear of abandonment, which reflects some inner child wounds that they need to work on and resolve in themselves. They have healing that they really need to do. Um, there could have been some obsession and possession involved with that as well. But yeah, it looks like your person was just trying to control the dynamic here. But it looks like you were showing this person unconditional love, that you have self-love for yourself. There was definitely, attraction between you two, and you were the one being open with them, but they were the one that, was having these abandonment issues. They had blocks with this. So this looks like, at least for right now, we'll have to see what else comes out. But it looks like this is a separation that you all, aren't together right now. And Spirit is saying that the relationship is over, that, that you're most likely not going to give this person a second chance, that, Spirit really wants you to, be able to grow and transform your life here. And Spirit wants you to know that the universe is saying that you will get what you need. The universe will give you what you need here. And, there's progression in your life. that, that you might have closure issues, or your person might have closure issues. So they most likely will, possibly come back around. We'll have to see, like I said, what comes out here. But yeah, I mean, this love call card, I'm thinking that, because there weren't any closure issues here, or there wasn't adequate closure actually. So, your person is most likely, I'm thinking and feeling, going to be coming back around to express some love to you here, that they're thinking of you, things like that. But it could be a little, too little, too late. So, all right. But obviously it depends on your situation. So take all of this as it resonates, leave the rest as always. And then just, always keep in mind that your intuition takes precedence over what, the tarot cards say, because only you know your situation. All right. What do we need to know, Spirit? Give us a little more information here. Let's start with what's the vibe and go from there. Okay, so we have psychopath, abusive, conniving, and unpredictable. So it's possible that, that's the energy of your person, but we'll have to see here. I mean, if they were feeling, this addiction to codependency and controlling, trying to control the narrative constantly, that is a form of abuse. And, they're probably just trying to be strategic about things, wanting control all the time. And that means they're really unpredictable. You just don't ever know what you're going to get with this person. So, I would not be surprised if the narcissist card comes out, but we'll have to see. Maybe the devil when we get into tarot. Okay, let's see here. We've got consequences, bad choices, games, and mixed signals. Yeah. So they definitely played games with you here. It goes right along with the, runner-chaser dynamic, codependency issues, trying to control things. Obviously they were being very strategic with you, playing games, breadcrumbing you, giving you mixed signals all the time. So like one day, they would give you a little, bit of crumbs and, a little bit of love here and there just to keep you, stringing you along basically. And you just never knew what you were going to get with this person. One day would be one thing, one day you would never hear from them. And that goes along with, the codependency thing, as well as being in control. They want to be in control of what was going on here between the two of you. Okay, so third card out here, we have karmics, third parties, haters, lessons learned. So, this person could have been a karmic for you, possibly if there was a lesson in it for you. Maybe, if you were the chaser, even if you were chasing for a very short time before you realized what was going on, and then you stopped it. But yeah, this person was definitely, it could have been, this person, was definitely playing games with you. Hopefully, it's looking like you most likely walked away from this, but we'll have to see. And hopefully, you realize what lessons you had to learn and you're healing from this. But, if there's a third party, your person could be with another person as well. And, that could be a karmic for them. So like I said, we'll just have to see here, because we have love affair also. So dirty little secret, down low, so yeah. To me, this looks like a third party situation, but take that part as it resonates. You could have been the third party if they were already in a relationship, or if you two, were in a relationship, then they've had third parties here. So like I said, take that part as it resonates. We've got feminine energy, gentleness, nurturing, and mothering. So that is, to me, your energy here, collective. So all you did was love on this person. It kind of goes along with this card here, this unconditional love. You showed this person unconditional love here, and they basically took it and threw it in the trash. So, hopefully, you're learning lessons if you needed to learn them, and you're healing from this. But the universe does want you to know that, the universe has your back, and that there are better days ahead, and you'll get what you need here from the universe. Okay, Spirit, what else do we need to know? Okay. We have recharge. Breathe, let go, and clear your mind. Okay. So that kind of goes along with what I was just saying. It might be a difficult time for you here, that, maybe you didn't have adequate closure from this situation, but, that Spirit has your back here. The universe has your back, and maybe do some grounding, get out in nature, go to the beach if you can. It's always good to take a spiritual bath. So if you have a saltwater pool, if you can get to the beach, even if, or, any of those ways, if you have any kind of body of water that has salt in it, even just being around it, the air will help, but actually getting in the water will help too. Even if you've got, can put some like Epsom salt in like a little basin or something and put your feet in it for a little while. That's even better than nothing. So that'll help. Okay, so we have paranoid, cautious, insecure, and guarded. So I'm feeling like that's your person. Could also be the third party if there is one. But, you might have felt paranoid, during the time that you were with this person, because if they were, abusive, or hopefully they weren't abusive. If anything, they might have been like mentally or emotionally abusive here. Hopefully they weren't physically abusive. But, when somebody's unpredictable, like you just don't ever know what you're going to get with someone, you're on your guard all the time. Like you don't know what you're going to get. So, you most likely were paranoid while you were with this person, just trying to figure them out, and, maybe even thinking, what did I do wrong? Like, what am I doing wrong with this person? So, yeah, because you probably had a really, intense connection. All right. So we have masculine energy, authority, discipline, father figure. Okay. So, this could be considered a divine counterpart connection, soulmate connection. It could be possibly twin flame connection. Take that part as it resonates. But, if your person is acting in this manner here, where they're, if they're acting where they're wanting to be in control, which is kind of like emperor energy almost, I can see that they would be in the masculine energy here in this relationship, and you were more in the feminine, the nurturing. But we have both of these energies in us at all times. So it's just sometimes they're not balanced. I kind of am in the mindset and feeling like the collective, you have both the feminine and masculine energies where they're more balanced now, that you've left this person, and you're balancing them out, because in the beginning you were very loving with this person, you were very nurturing with them, and they basically took you for granted. But now, since you left, you were more in your masculine energy here, and you kind of took charge and took your control back. You took your power back. Yeah. So, yeah, I think unfortunately this person kind of made you feel kind of insecure or guarded, possibly. So we have trapped, stuck, no options, and unforgiveness. So I'm feeling like that's your person. Your person is this is basically, kind of confirming for me that this person is in a third party, or put you in a third party, that they are in some kind of situation here where, they feel like they're trapped, like they're stuck with no options to get out of. And I think that they probably want your forgiveness, but they probably know they don't deserve it from after what they did to you. So we've got time, delay, procrastination, and too busy. So yeah, they're feeling the ticking of the clock here, because they most likely know they need to, if they want you back in their life, which I'm thinking that most of the collective here, if not all of you, will probably just keep them away from you, especially after treating you the way that they have, and that they still have this third party. So yeah, they'll probably come in with this love call here, trying to make up with you, but they're procrastinating, and they're delaying this because they feel trapped, I guess. But we have toxic also, drama, arguments, incompatible. So I feel like your person thinks that, or feels that, they're not compatible with this third party, and they're kind of stuck in this situation for some reason. That's for some of you. But I also feel like this dynamic between you and your person was definitely toxic as well. There might have been a lot of drama, arguments. At first, you probably felt like you both were very compatible. And there are probably parts of the relationship and parts of your personalities where you were compatible, or you still are. But the more that things went on, they were unpredictable, playing games with you, the more you were like, you know what, maybe we're really not compatible. So that kind of, that's for some of you as well. It can go kind of just depending on your situation, and just take that part as it resonates for you, because it'll be different for everybody. But there's a lot of toxicity here. No doubt. There was a lot of toxicity here. Okay, there we go. So we have apology, arrogant, rash actions, insincere. Yeah. So they want to come in with this love call here, like this card says, and they want to come in and apologize to you. They want to try to make up with you. They want to try to make things right. They know there's a little bit of a time crunch here, because you might be with somebody new, and depending on how much time has gone by, they're probably stressing out because they know they're missing out on on a good person, basically. But we'll have to see with the tarot as well, and see what might be going on here. All right, what do you have for us, Spirit, for Aries? Now you can take these roles and flip them and switch them as needed. Roles can definitely be reversed here. So, okay, so we're starting out with the King of Wands. So, yeah, so this person has a lot of passion and desire for you. There might have been a lot of passion and desire in this relationship as well. And Wand's energy is a lot of passion, desire. So this person could be very good looking, and but the thing is with with the King of Wands, I mean, it does go along with sometimes unpredictability, and sometimes, I mean, more of the Knight of Wands is more of like a player, but I mean, this kind of still gives me those kind of vibes a little bit. But I think your person knows that they're good looking, and that they've got a lot of passion here. And then we've got the Three of Pentacles. So I've said before with this tarot deck, the Three of Pentacles to me doesn't always represent a third party, but in this deck, it's showing these three people a lot. The meaning as well can be working on things together. So they might come in and with in this King of Wands energy here, with a lot of passion and desire for you, and wanting to make up with you here because they want to work on things. So that might be that for some of you. But if there's a third party, which I'm believing that there is here for the majority of the collective, if not all of you, this is definitely to me a third party card, at least in this deck, because you have these two people looking at each other, and gender roles don't matter. So take that part as it resonates. But these two people are looking at each other, kind of giving each other googly eyes, and then you've got this poor little third person here who's working, along, doing whatever she's doing here, knitting or whatever she's doing, with her head down. She looks like she's sad. You can't see her face, but you can see kind of a little bit of her profile. But she looks like she's sad, and while the other two are canoodling over here. And so, to me, this looks like a third party card, and I don't know. It just kind of makes me sad. So, yeah. So this is confirming for a lot of you, if not, like I said, all of you, that there's a third party involved here. And your person puts you in a third party situation. Okay, we have the Chariot. So quick moving energy, your person is going to try to come back in and try to make things right with you here. Yeah. All right. What just flipped out is the Four of Cups, because they see you as a missed opportunity. Yep. They put you in this third party situation. They treated you like crap. They possibly emotionally abused you with, this fear of abandonment and whatever else, what other issues that they might have. And they just want to control the narrative here. They wanted you to chase them. And to me, a King of Wands, Knight of Wands, I feel like they do want to be chased. Maybe they're used to being chased by people. They know that they're good looking. They know that they can, get that from people. And so they see you as a missed opportunity, and they want to come rushing back in to try to make things up with you. What just flipped out was a Three of Swords as I was just kind of shuffling here. So, they broke your heart. They broke their own heart also in the process. And yeah, they're going through pain, because I think that deep down they realized how much they care about you. And maybe they didn't realize it before. They obviously took you for granted. So we have Judgment that just came out as well. So not only are you going to have to make a judgment call here with this love call when this person comes back in, but yeah, they're probably, I feel like also they're under judgment spiritually from doing this to you. We just had 3 cards that came out as well. So we have the Magician. So manifestation, they're probably manifesting a new relationship with you, or manifesting, coming in and trying to make up with you. They're manifesting, if you've had them blocked, they're manifesting, you letting them back in, at least to talk with you. And then they're also manifesting a new beginning with you probably here, because we have Justice. And, that might be part of their justice with you. You're going to get your justice here, because most likely when this person comes back in and tries to make up with you here, I have a feeling that the majority of the collective, like I said, if not most of you, or if not all of you, are going to tell this person no, because we also have the Knight of Wands. So yeah, you have your guard up. You have your walls up here. You're not trusting this person. This person, like I said, treated you like crap. And because of the Five of Wands, they caused a lot of conflict. They caused a lot of drama in your life. Things that you don't need. And so I have a feeling that you all think that and feel that, if this person comes back in trying to make up with you, that there's no point, because this conflict and drama is going to continue, that most likely they haven't changed. We have the Knight of Swords. So yeah, they're going to come in quick here. They're coming in quickly. They're coming in possibly, like irrationally, with irrational thinking, with this desire here for you, because they see you as a missed opportunity. And, it's breaking their heart that they don't have you in their life anymore. They don't have this love and nurturing anymore, this feminine energy. And maybe you were the only person in their life that actually, maybe they were used to being a player, and maybe they just had these shallow relationships where they just kind of left, or just kept people you know within arm's length here, so that that person never hurt them. That's why they have this fear of abandonment, from maybe early childhood or whenever, prior relationships. It could be whatever. Just take that part as it resonates. But they're going to come in quick here and try to make things right with you, or make up with you, I should say, wanting a second chance, because they're in their Eight of Swords here. They're in their head. They caused a self-imposed prison here. Yeah, and they don't like that. So I have a feeling that this is all like one-sided. I don't see any cards that indicate like love and affection. We've got Three of Wands here. Yeah. So they know that, you're waiting on your ship to come in here, but but the thing is that they're stagnant here. So they've been stagnant. Yeah. So, yeah, I think this is more you here. This is you with the Three of Wands. I mean, I know this is the overall energy, but yeah, I think that you're waiting on your ships to come in right here. We got the boat here. Progression, arriving, moving on. Basically, this is you moving on. So this Three of Wands and the boat card here are, to me, are basically indicating the same thing here. That the collective is moving on. You've made it up in your mind that you're moving on. This person obviously has realized that you're a missed opportunity. That they didn't value you. They messed up. They want to manifest a new beginning. But you are absolutely right to have your guard up here, because they put you in a third party and treated you like crap. And now they're in the Eight of Wands, or Eight of Swords here. I mean, come on. You've probably been in the Eight of Swords this whole relationship, the way they treated you. So, yeah. Yeah, right now, I don't see any cards of love here. There's nothing that indicates to me, like, they've had passion for you, but that's about it. I mean, I don't see any cards of love on their side. So this was just um, a person that wanted passion. It was probably a situationship, like I said, or something where it was like friends with benefits, where it was all about lust and passion. We also have the High Priestess that just popped out. So yeah, you're using your intuition, and they know it. They see what's going on. They know that you know what you're doing, and they know that you know what's going on here. That you were following your intuition, and you left this person and you moved on. Yeah. So we also had the Ten of Wands that came out. So yep, heavy burdens. This, you used your intuition, because all this relationship did was give you burdens. So now, this person feels burdened, possibly, with this toxic, karmic situation that they're stuck in. But you know what? That's karma for them to deal with, and they most likely will be getting karma here for doing what they did to you as well. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Swords. So your person is definitely in the Nine of Swords here. That is not you. Yep. They are feeling really bad because of what they did. So, all right. You know what? I'm not going to get that. Let's see. Let's get one more oracle here, and get some advice for you here from Spirit. But yeah, I think that you all did the right thing here. If you haven't moved away from this person yet, Spirit is, I think, basically telling you that, you'll get what you need here, and basically the relationship is over. And with this person, spirit really wants you to understand that, probably not to give this person another chance. It says no second chances. I mean, if somebody treated me like, I would not take this person back. It's it's over here with this person. We have the first card that came out is First Light, beginning a new cycle. So yeah, so you'll be beginning a new cycle here. You're elevating, you're probably glowing up here after healing and dealing with this situation here. And your person's going to see that, this ex person. Yeah. Let's get these cards out for you here. So yeah, just be open to new experiences, and just remind yourself that the universe will give you what you want here. We have solitude. In silence, peace prevails. So you're probably like in hermit, maybe. Maybe you're spending some time with family or friends if you've already left this person. But it's always good to, just kind of be in solitude and just try to heal. We have uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great beauty. Yep. So do some introspection, because, you know, it's, just remind yourself that, you're a great person inside, and that you have a lot of love to give someone. And then we have infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. So exactly what, Spirit was saying there with the universe having your back. So, the universe is ready to give you this infinite abundance, especially after dealing with this situation and, learning whatever lessons you needed to learn with it. Maybe you needed to, realize what this runner chaser dynamic was, and, not put yourself in that situation or get yourself out of it. Because, sometimes it's easy to lose a little self-respect possibly, or, get involved, like just, you get wrapped up in it. And then you're like, oh my gosh, what was I doing? So yeah. Okay. So it looks like this is going to be it for this reading here. I'm going to leave it here. So Aries, I hope this helped. And like I was saying earlier, please subscribe to my channel, so that you'll never miss a message or reading from me. And I wish you all well. And until next time, namaste.